Hi, it's Dr. Joni. I wanted to share 3 reasons why a lot of kids with low tone don't get stronger. These are children that may be getting therapy for years. And sometimes we're seeing therapists doing the same thing over and over with these children and saying their core strength isn't getting better. And the kids, they're working hard. You need to know these children are hard workers. It's not a lack of effort. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why sometimes they stay the same, 3 reasons why they plateau, and 3 reasons why things just don't get easier for them. And these are not because it is what it is. Yes, if a child has low tone, we're not necessarily going to change the tone, but these are 3 reasons why things don't change and what to do instead. So, Number one is that if we just have the children work harder in the way they are used to moving, we're just having them practice using the muscles they are used to using and the strategies they're used to using over and over again. And you know what they say about if you do the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. That's what happens to our kids. We can have them working harder by doing those things in a ninja gym, by doing it on an obstacle course, by doing it in gymnastics and dance class on the soccer field. They are using their same muscle patterns and working really, really hard, but using those same muscle groups that aren't usually the ones that are going to give them the strength and endurance, and using those over and over again. So that's number one. Number two, people generally think of kids with low tone as being floppy and mushy, and everything is kind of loose as a goose. However, what is typically the truth is that, yes, things are a little looser throughout the body, but in the core, in the middle of the body, these kids haven't separated all the little pieces from rib level to rib level, from pelvis to trunk to upper body. They haven't loosened all of the parts of the body that allow you to rotate, to shorten, to elongate, to do all the things that makes our movements smooth and coordinated. So even if the child looks loosey-goosey, there is often these tightness and asymmetries and lack of dissociation, which means separating one part of the body from the other. And that can impact all the way up to the mouth, and it can impact down to the feet. And that, if we don't address it, which often just gets completely overlooked, if we don't change it, it doesn't change itself. And again, our kids are stuck compensating and working a lot harder than they need to. Okay, so that's number two. Number three is a lot of our kids, kind of because of all the other things, all the other challenges they're facing, a lot of our kids are using inefficient strategies like breath holding. So if you find that your child is holding their breath, and then let's say you ask them to stand on one foot, they're holding their breath, and then they fall over when they go take another breath. This can be also for our kids learning to sit, learning to walk, as well as our higher level skills like hopping or running. And the kids are holding their breath for stability. You may hear them kind of get like this because they're holding their breath to use their bodies. That's not a great long-term strategy. We need to be able to breathe while we're doing everything else, or it impacts all of the systems in our body. So those are the top 3 things that kind of keep some of our kids with low tone working really, really hard over the years, but not making a lot of progress. That's why at Kid PT, we like to kind of get to the source of the problem, address it, and help our kids make change from the inside out and from the top down and the bottom up. So those are the 3 things. We address those, change happens at a much, much quicker pace. The kids aren't stuck working so much harder to do all the things they're trying to do. And like I said, trust me, they're working really, really hard. We can make change, and then they are going to want to do more and get stronger. And naturally, you'll see things kind of snowball in the right direction.